Arsenal 1, Man United 0. 1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0. Come on. I love that song. Look, people gonna talk. People gonna say, yep, the performance wasn't good. Yada, yada, yada. I will address that. People gonna say this. People gonna say that. At the end of the day, we won 1-0 at Old Trafford. We won 1-0. Yes, it's not the United of old, but this is not an easy game. This is not an easy first game. This is not an easy game to play. First game of the season. First game of the season. How many new signings started? 2 new signings started. You've changed the base of your midfield. A midfield stalwart like Thomas Partey, he's gone. You've got a new striker. The team's getting used to him. Gabriel, this is his first full competitive match in a long time. Same for Calafiori. Same for Ben White. Bruv, 1-0 is a phenomenal result away from home, right? I'm not saying this to excuse the team from a bad performance. We will talk about the performance, but football is a results business. Champions win. We win. That's it. Not saying that we're champions or whatever for beating United. We're not. But it's a great result. We all know how difficult our start is this season. Right, to come to this United team to win 1-0, time will prove this statement I'm about to make right. This is a phenomenal result. Not many teams, I promise you, not many top 4, top 6 teams are going to come here, are going to go to Old Trafford and have an easy game. I promise you. I promise you. I said it in my previous 2 videos, and I'm going to say it again. United are not going to be the United of last season. This is going to be a good team. You can already see it. They look fitter. They look stronger. And now when the ball actually goes up to their attackers, you've got someone who can actually pin defenders, pop it off. I saw nice 1-2 touch football. Popping it off, laying it off. Great interchange between Bruno, Mount, Mbeumo, Cunha. Like, United's offensive play, their fluidity, knitting stuff together, looked better than us. It looked better than us. And that's why, and that's one of the things I'm going to address as I speak, right? But on the result itself, it's a phenomenal result. Phenomenal result. Great result for us. That's huge. Clean sheet as well. Gabriel was immense. Saliba was immense. Calafiori was decent. Zubimendi was poor. I expected more. But I ain't got worries about him. He's going to be a phenomenal player. I've already seen it in pre-season. Declan Rice, anonymous. He was terrible. Odegaard was decent. Saka, average. Martinelli, abysmal. Ben White, average. They were average. So, yeah. But before I speak about Arsenal, let me just quickly talk about United. Obviously, they lost. But if I'm a United fan, obviously I'll be annoyed that I lost a game that they shouldn't have lost. But, bruh, I'd be encouraged. I'd be encouraged. Why? Because you can see this is going to be a different Man United. They looked fitter, stronger. They looked fitter than Arsenal did. It's like they were winning every second ball. There were so many turnovers we had. Specifically in that second, all throughout the game. So many turnovers we had, right? And I think I'm trying to figure out whether it was Man United were that good, or Arsenal that bad. I don't want to praise United too much. They weren't amazing. They were good, but they weren't amazing. So a sum of this, 50% of this was Arsenal were just not that good, performance-wise. But thank goodness we got the result. It's interesting, actually talking about the Arsenal side of things now, because you can see the team still needs another attacking player. We do. Because it's interesting. I didn't think Odegaard played bad, actually. And you can see, I don't want to give the excuse. We have to accept it. We've signed a new striker, Gyökeres. Obviously, the team needs to get used to him. He needs to get used to the team. But I didn't think he had a bad game yesterday. I thought he actually helped our transition game, because our transition game looked a lot better with him on the pitch. Because more time it was 1-2 passes, and then Ødegaard was actually releasing the ball. He was releasing the ball early, actually, a couple of times yesterday. It's just that the final execution, that final pass, it's either the pass would be under hit towards a player, or the pass would be played into a space with the best person passing it, expecting a player to make a run. He's not making a run. That stuff will get figured out during the season, right? New players getting used to each other, that's true. But at the same time, Man United also had new players. Cunha is a new United player, and Mbeumo is a good United player. Why did they look more fluid going forward than we did? That's probably the concern I have. It's like, yes, I get it. Yes, the team's going to figure out dynamics. The team's going to work on its kinks. All of that good stuff. That's true. And you are going to see you're probably going to see a better performance against better opposition. However, this is a United side on the up. This was never going to be an easy game. I get it. You know, we're playing in front of a crowd that have a tiny bit of optimism with their new signings. They got Šeško, they got Cunha, they got Mbeumo. They've actually got players who have good technical quality, better at taking care of the ball than your Garnachos, your Højlunds. That's all true. Ahmad was cooking Madueke when he came on. That's all true. The team needs to get used to it. But I'm not going to be here to give excuses for Arsenal. I think the offensive performance needs to be a lot better. It needs to be way better than what we saw. Way better than what we saw. And I'm trying to figure out like what the team needs. We definitely need another attacking player. And this is what I don't get about Arsenal, because you spend 52 million on Noni, who comes on yesterday and doesn't raise the technical quality of the team. That was the issue. We needed someone with technical quality to execute at the right moment, at the right time. We look to Ødegaard to do that. He does that sometimes, but I genuinely don't think he's that guy to do that all the time. I think he needs another technician next to him. Zubimendi was meant to do that as the 6, but he was bad yesterday, right? And I think that's probably going to be a rare thing for me to say. He was bad. Rice was poor. Didn't even feel his presence in midfield. It was weird. But we definitely need another attacking player. Either a winger or Eze. I can't for the life of me understand why we're letting Spurs go for him, right? Because Arteta is saying, yep, supposedly the noise is coming out that since Ethan Nwaneri signed his contract, the club are more relaxed. They're waiting on outgoings. It's like, why weren't you waiting on outgoings for Noni? Why? When we have Trossard and Martinelli, who you don't want to sell either. Why weren't we, why is it now? Doesn't make any sense to me. And plus, if you trust Ethan that much, why not bring him on? Why not bring him on when the game is like basketball, like in Arteta's own words, and we can't string passes together? We're losing the ball. We're turning it over very, very quickly. We're sitting deep. Why not bring him on? That's my question. So questions need to be asked of our defensive performance. It's a great result. But there are definitely questions that need to be asked of us offensively. I think, we need someone. Yeah, we need another attacking player. I think we need more from a central penetration point of view. We need a lot more. I think Zubimendi's going to help, but he's not enough. We need more. And I could be wrong in saying this, but I don't think Ødegaard is that guy. I think he's a great player, right? And I actually thought he had a good game yesterday. I thought him and Gyökeres are actually starting to form an understanding, which is actually encouraging for fans to see. I thought that was good, and long may that continue in that partnership, and it's going to grow even more. But I think, Arsenal just need another attacking signing. I don't know what the club's going to do, because it doesn't really look like we're going to buy Rodrigo. It doesn't really look like we're going to buy Eze. It's looking like he might be going to Spurs. I hope that's not the case, but it's looking like that's likely. So what did the team do? I don't know. And then in terms of just some positives from yesterday is a positive is Calafiori. I generally think he adds so much chaos to the team. Like there was a point in the second half when was it second half or first half where he makes a good run. He plays up to Martin and he's off. For me, I like the positions he takes up. And I thought defensively he wasn't that bad either. I think another positive again is Gyökeres. I thought he held the ball up well, pinned defenders, linked up with the team here and there. There's a lot of promise, right? But I think Arteta's going to need to go back to the drawing board. And he admittedly said that we were below our best. So obviously, and you could see on the touchline, he was frustrated with the final action, the final pass. So let's see. I think the team can only get better in their offensive performance. But nevertheless, that's a great result away from home against the Old Trafford crowd that probably had a bit of excitement with their new signings. We're probably hoping to see a win. I think it's a great result for us. So I'm curious to see how the team develops from here. I think Zubimendi, Rice, that partnership could only get better with Ødegaard as well. The Ødegaard and Gyökeres understanding, that can only get better. So yeah, let's see. But overall, good result, poor performance. But it's a performance nevertheless that will improve in the future. So let's see what the team does. Anyways, guys, take care.